your chapter is going on, is matter around us pure? Same chapter I will discuss about solution, that is true solution, suspension, colloidal particles. I have discussed in my previous video. I have explained that what are colloidal particles, what are the particles, solute particles of true solution, and what are the particles of suspension. Everything has been explained to you. They are differentiated according to the size of the particles, that also I told. Today I am going to discuss two special properties of colloidal solution. That special properties are, one is Tyndall effect and second one is Brownian movement. So two properties, one is Tyndall effect and second one is Brownian movement. These two are the special properties of colloidal particles that you have to learn properly. How these came into existence, examples with real life that you have to know. If you open your NCERT book, before opening, see the cover page, that what is the photograph given there. In the cover page you can find that photograph given as light rays are passing through a canopy. Canopy, where can you find? In the dense forest. In the dense forest, canopy is there. So you can find the picture of the cover page as the light is passing through canopy and the beam of the light below the canopy is visible. That is, you can see the beam of the light beams like this. This way the light beams are coming. That is visible below the dense forest. That is one example of Tyndall effect. So how can you say that it is Tyndall effect? And what is Tyndall effect, that you have to know before coming to this. Tyndall effect is the phenomena of scattering of light by the colloidal particles. This phenomena can be seen in case of colloids and sometimes in case of suspension also. But this phenomena is not shown by the particles of true solution. What is the reason for that? The size of the particle of the true solution is so small that they don't have the capacity to scatter the beam of the light when the light falls on it. So they do not show this property. I have written here the definition, you can go through. The phenomena of scattering of light by the colloidal particles, it is called Tyndall effect. Again I am saying, the phenomena of scattering of light by the colloidal particles is called Tyndall effect. So in the dense forest, what was happening? Below the canopy, dust particles are there. Dust particles present in the air, they act as colloidal particles. Colloidal particles present in air. So when light rays from the sun rays, light is coming through the some holes of the leaves, that is in the canopy there are some small holes that has been created. It is dense, so covered by plants, trees, but very small hole is there through which the light rays are coming. When those light rays are coming and falling on the dust particles present below the canopy, the dust particles present is going to scatter the light rays, and due to that we are able to see the path of the light rays. Actually light rays, it seems that it is coming like a cone, that is from a small corner it is spreading like a cone. So the cone that is going to form, that is also known as Tyndall cone. This effect has, name of this effect came due to a scientist who has first observed this phenomena and who has written about this. Name of the scientist is John Tyndall. According to the name John Tyndall, the effect is known as Tyndall effect and the cone formed is known as Tyndall cone. In your home also you might have seen that in a early morning in a dark room, if there is a ventilator, from the ventilator how does the light rays come? It comes from a cone and spread like this, that is it forms a cone like structure or it spreads in this way. So that is also Tyndall effect. The dust particles present in the air, they are scattering the beam of light falling on it. Similarly, Tyndall effect can be seen in other colloidal solution. You can use milk, you can use something else which is colloidal solution to see the scattering of the light. So this special property is used for some other purposes that you will learn in higher classes. But first you have to know the basic idea that what is Tyndall effect and how can we relate with our daily life experiment. Okay, I hope that you have understood that is what is Tyndall effect. Next that we are going to learn about the special property of colloidal particles, that is called Brownian movement. Brownian movement means how does the particles move in the colloidal solution. Actually this has been invented by a biologist. His name is Robert Brown. He was studying the movement of pollen grains in water. You know what are the pollen grains? In the flowers pollen grains are present. So those pollen grains when dissolved in water, it forms a colloidal solution. So he tried to find out that how the pollen grains are going to move inside water. So with a microscope he studied and he found that the particles are moving in this manner. There is no fixed path, they are moving like this. So in a zigzag manner they are moving. The particles of the pollen grains, he found that they are moving in a zigzag manner inside the water. So from here he gave the name as Brownian movement, and from then we are using this name for saying the property of colloidal particles, or we are saying the characteristics of colloidal particles, that they show Brownian movement. So definition of Brownian movement. Brownian movement, the zigzag movement of colloidal particle is known as Brownian movement. These two are very important characteristics of colloidal particles. You have to remember it through higher classes also. That means if you are going to take science in higher classes in 11, 12, in this there is a chapter which will define in detail about this Brownian movement and this Tyndall effect. There you have to learn more also. But now in class 9, at least you should have the idea, so that later on there will be no difficulty in making everything understood by you. Another thing I want to share about colloidal particles, I have told you all characteristics. I am not writing in detail each and every one. Size of the colloidal particles, what? Size of the colloidal particles is in between 10 to the power minus 7 to 10 to the power minus 9 meter. This already you know. Next is colloidal solution is a heterogeneous mixture, although it looks like homogeneous, but it is a heterogeneous mixture. Next is colloidal particles show Tyndall effect, they show Brownian movement. These are also characteristics of colloidal particles. Through colloidal particles, the path of the light rays can be seen. Another thing, that is how to separate the colloidal particles from the mixture. In case of suspension, if you are going to keep the container for some time, you will find that the particles will suspend at the bottom of the container. That means the particles are heavier as compared to colloidal particles, so they will settle down at the bottom. In case of colloidal particles, they will never settle down. If you keep a colloidal solution undisturbed for certain hours, suppose milk you have taken in a glass and you are keeping it undisturbed for 4 to 5 hours, have you seen anything is settling at the bottom? No, you can't see. That means the colloidal particles are not going to settle at the bottom of the container as we have seen in case of sediment. But there is a method that is called centrifugation. Through centrifugation we can separate the lighter particles away, and by which we can separate the components of mixture, that is the colloidal particles. So centrifugation is there, I think so, in your book later on, where the portion I will teach that how to separate the components of a mixture. In detail centrifugation is there, that I will discuss later on. So just now you have to remember that by centrifugation colloidal particles can be separated from the solvent. So today I have discussed two important topics, that is Brownian movement and Tyndall effect. These are very important and I hope it is very easy for you to understand and go through the topic. Thank you very much.